All right, how you doing? It's me, Zacarias. Shout out to Radical Latino. I like the fact that he covered the gasoline baths, and I knew about this, but I knew about the early, like the 1930 or 40 version of it. Cause anyone backtrack my videos, remember I said that because I stayed in El Paso, I was in Job Corps David El Carrasco Job Corps for 3 years. Graduated 2007, but I went to 2004, like right after the Super Bowl here in Houston, with Janet Jackson. The week after Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake Super Bowl situation, you know, have it right. Okay, so I went to El Paso. Now I was in the David Job Corps Center for 3 years. Um, 2 years vocation and 1 year, which was the first time me going to college at El Paso. Community College on Hunter Drive, and so I was also going to Crave Kids. Crave Kids was a um, graphic design, and y'all know me, and I've talked bad about the white-looking guy. He's white. He's Irish and Mexican. Then I know I was Latin and Irish myself. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Spanish Creole, down my mama down family tree, and then I found out my grandmother I didn't know about. Third grandfather I knew about, yes, because my grandmother on my mom's side knew him. He died in 1954, 2 years before my mom was born. Her dad's grandfather, who was like a white man, okay? Her dad don't look like white, but his grandfather did. Dad's side. Well, anyway, his mother was white, right? Again, his father was Creole passing, okay. Then I know until I did research in 2016. Well, it's funny, 10 years later, I didn't know. Because 2006 is the last time me and the white and Mexican dude got into it. That's the owner. Yeah, I'm gonna call your name out because you mistreated me 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Anybody mistreat me, including my own two parents, they get caught out here, okay? So don't mistreat Zach, okay? So anyway, the white Mexican dude, who's part Irish, part Mexican. Remember I said we had beef? But his white wife and we got along, but I never got along with him. No, when he was going to give graphic design classes, hey, don't ever mistreat me. I don't take disrespect. I'm not one of these stupid brothers who need to be lynched for that. I'm sorry to say, and they said no one need to be lynched, but if you openly take disrespect and then try to use a black identification of it, you are a stupid coon, okay? Go ahead and look at it is. Because I was watching some videos about that, about how some brothers, and I never forget, arguing with older brothers and younger, you need to tell thick skin. No, I'm maybe not working. I'm trying to start my own business. It's not that I'm lazy. I don't take disrespect. And here in Texas, they apply will law, and I hate this. It's a racist Republican, Anglo-Saxon Protestant state. Okay, white state. Okay, and the laws are interpreted in that manner. Okay, and I don't even want to be here. It's those coons and coconuts that like to be here, I call it they are, they want to confine that. That's cool, but don't drag my minority. I guess that's anything, okay? Anyways, get this stuff. So, when he offered classes to Dave at the Job Corps Center for us, I was able to learn about graphic design and Photoshop and Illustrator. And so, he had this teacher who was a white Mexican. When I say white, because he says he don't look. He has a mixture in him. He's very fair skin with dark black hair, but he said both his parents were from France. Or his grandparents on both sides were from France, but they lived in Mexico. Anyway, the teacher, they got it. Even I think him, the white Mexican dude, got into the mixed white dude, Mexican dude, and the white Mexican dude. The man who owns that, actually his wife owns it. His mother, and she's very how in the world that's her son. She works at the UTEP. Last time I checked, back in 2006 and 5. She's a nice Mexican American woman. I don't know about the dad. Dad's Irish. I don't know how the hell this man has an ugly attitude. Usually when people have bad parents, they have an ugly attitude, okay? Because they think that's justification, okay? They learn their behavior from their stories. That's why I have an ugly attitude, but I would never be in leadership and mistreat people. The only time I probably have revenge those who gave me the hell. Okay, it's real. You get under me, yeah, I'm going to give you all the hell, okay? But not to my precious babies. Oh, no. Now, if you do something to my children, my future kids, it's going to be hell. Yeah, and my record's clean. It might not be clean if you do something to my kids, okay? And I'll smile that mugshot. Okay. All right, let's get to the subject. Because I'm beating kids and screaming. I'm reading that. Okay, y'all know that. Okay, different from all the sadly other minorities that actually go along with that mess. Not all minorities. I'm just saying that some people are sad that they try to represent black or Hispanic or even an Asian or whatever heritage to defend it, not knowing that it's oppressing your kids. You internalize an oppression and oppressing your kids. So let's get to the so point is he offered the one who's part white, part Irish, part Mexican, part Irish, excuse me, I offered classes and I was there. And prior to me going to college and still attending, because I still want to learn about graphic design, and don't get me wrong, the reason why I continued to go wasn't no Stockholm syndrome or self-hate or anything. The class was very limited. It was like only free classes were given, that was given as graphic design. So I said, if I take this with me, I want to learn, when I get, I did kind of pick up on it later on, but I wanted in case I need a job, okay? In the era, because I want to work for Vibe magazine. Yes, I want to work for Vibe magazine. I showed that. So anyway, so when we had what happened, the one who's French Mexican, should I say, um, who's a teacher, okay, we went out to eat at a Chinese restaurant, and me and a couple of students, and then he dropped me off at UTEP. He was doing Black History Month. So I said, I'm trying to go to, I said, I said, you want to come? I said, well, I was trying to go to, I was off, because I was off on Tuesdays during the spring semester. And Tuesday and Thursday was my off days. I loved it too. When I was going to Pasadena College. And I stayed, sometimes I stayed at Job Corps, chill for a bit or go somewhere. And go shopping, go whatever, just have a little fun. I miss those days. 26 and 27 years old. And so what happened was when I went there, we went to a Chinese restaurant, and then we went to, he said, I'll take you to and so I was late to the Black History program. So UTEP, which is University of Texas in El Paso. And I want y'all to understand, remember Glory Road, that's West Texas, and Don Hawkins, that's where UTEP is, okay? Thank you. West Tech is West Tech, West Texas, or whatever it's called, but now it's University of Houston, University of Texas of El Paso, okay, UTEP, okay, UTEP minors. Okay, so he took me to UTEP, and I went along, of course, and they was both African American descended people, especially the white looking brother, because the brother who's the African American teaching class in UTEP, he look a white man. Yeah, no, for you see a little black feature, but he got blue eyes, blondish hair. He can pass. I mean, if he was back in them days, he probably could still, but he didn't pass. Like Walter White. Okay, so he was teaching African American history, and then you had a Mexican American man with long hair and a ponytail, and they both was clarifying the African mixture in Mexico. So even Mexican man, there was a young man said, are you for real that one of the press was part black? Yes, Vinda Guerrero, okay? So while he was teaching, because I missed that part, and he said, hey, you know your history? Yeah, I know my history. I said, and also we part Native American too. And there was a sister that actually met, an older school sister. She mixed with black and Native American. Shout out to my sister to mention her mixed heritage. When I mentioned my mixed heritage, she could mention hers. It was a dark skinned brother, a couple rows before me, but mad. Look, I'm not here to oppress you, dude. Fool. You'll get tired of that, okay? So anyway, point, I never forget that. So we mixed with Native American too. And so yeah, we related. African American people and Mexicans are related. And when I say that, I'm talking about racially mixed. African Americans we're not pure black. We are mixed. That's why I put on paper three races and not two races or more makes you mixed. So I'm glad Wikipedia clarified that. Black, white, Native American. Mexicans, I'm sorry to say it, and Latinos too, you do have drop of African in you. I mean, you do. There was a huge of slaves in the colonial period of time. It was a lot of Native American tribes, of course. That's how the Africans assimilated to Native American and, of course, white Spaniard mixture. But they also, they're part of your gene pool. The reason why you don't accept that is because Josephus said those, cosmic essay that was clarified white supremacy and eugenics. Okay, in the essay it says that the Negro race will go away and spawn a new mestizo or something like that, which is the idea of mejor raza come from. So, the point is, So we'll talk about this, and the guy said, yeah, he said, we are related to Mexican. He showed it. He said, you are. And he talked about the gasoline baths. He showed us a clip in the 1930s or 40s, probably 1920, but I remember, and it was an old white racist man who was one of the senators. He was a politician, and they was complaining because, like, Radical Latino said that the border of Mexico and which is Juarez in El Paso were open. That's right, and that's what in the document. And we were reading about that in UTEP doing Black History Month. There was an area where that people meet their families in Juarez in El Paso. There was no border patrol, like extreme border patrol. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was open. So this is when they talk about the lights in the hair as the time. Exactly, she repeated everything that was said, and they were saying that. And I remember hearing relatives of mine who I don't like to talk to, who are racist. They only like my stance and how I identify and mix and everything else, which I don't care. I live for myself. And they have said, Mexicans got license. I said, I never forget, and that's what I tell people, African people say that African people cannot have license. Yes, we can. Anybody can have license here. Yeah, I love stereotypes. I don't, okay? I hate stereotypes. And I never forget, some relative of mine told me, I hope you ain't got a license, you ain't hang around no Mexicans. I never get that as a child. I was in elementary school, middle school, and then when I was people, as I got older, and this is on my dad's side, so I'm gonna say who they are. And then on my mom's side, someone was saying the same thing. Oh yeah, the Mexicans, they carry knives and kill people, blah 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 blah, and they carry. And I would like to hear that, and I never forget people laughed. I didn't laugh because I'm very politically correct, and they want to know why I don't go visit them. Well, because you self-righteous think that you are some kind of Christian, but you don't check your doggone self, and you definitely are racist. Oh, I'm not. Yes, you are. And what they hate minorities, both African and Hispanic and Asian, whatever, think because they're people, a victim of white supremacy, they're not racist. Yes, you are. You might not have power like white people, but you're participating in it when you engage in their behavior. Hello. So what happened is when they said about in that documentary that they were showing on UTEP back in Black History Month about Black Mexicans, Afro-Mexicans, whatever the class was, the series was. And the professor of Mexican American Studies showed us how they used to put the gasoline or the also disinfectant in your hair. And the white man that was in those days was saying, who one politician was saying, if you come to my house, you have to be clean coming to my house. So they were saying that Mexicans or Latinos were dirty and they had carried diseases and they need to come in, and they put disinfectant on the skin. I mean, and yes, and talking about Calamita Torres. I think so I know she's Puerto Rican. AOC. No, I do see Calamita Torres, even though I see Alejandro Cortez, Ocasio Cortez playing her. I'm sorry. It's not because Jennifer Lopez playing, who's Puerto Rican, playing Selena Maskin. No, I see the fire in AOC. I do see the fire in her, and they, like you said, Calamita Torres was like the Rosa Parks, and you're right. 19, they killed her because on Wikipedia, she should be more than 100 some years old. They say she's in Juarez, and that she's hiding in Juarez. I mean, because you have folks that live older. Don't get me wrong, you hear these stories about that, but yeah, 19, the Texas government racist ones killed this young sister, this young Latina Mexican American sister, and I do say sister because she had the balls, the ovaries to go against the government, go against the racists about them going to people's houses and trying to put gasoline on people and saying they're dirty because they're Mexican American or Latino. The truth of the matter is, I'm glad you brought that up. This is why I call folks poachers and coons, because the atrocities of the true heroes and heroines of the African American and Hispanic community who went against the establishment, these people who were affected by it, they internalized the white supremacy amongst each other. Because, like I said, about something else of mine that I don't even want to discuss, and discuss about what they were saying. They, just like they said, oh, the same thing with African Mexican Americans said, oh, the black folks, because the same oppressor that they still get oppressed by also align with them. And one thing you always have to be careful. I'm not saying all white people, the ones who are racist, undercover or openly will try to befriend another minority group, would be African American or Hispanic or Asian, whatever, and tell them that other minority group is 10 times worse than they are, or they need to be careful, blah, blah, blah. They do it to Africans. You have African immigrants who don't like us, African American people, okay? Especially the Nigerian. Oh, don't get me started with Nigerian people, okay? You know, and I'm not saying all Nigerian, but Nigerian. Evil tribe people, many of them cause agatas and all that. And you got, and like I said, no, anybody said, well, you defending Jennifer Lopez playing Selena. Why are you mad about the Nigerian woman playing from England playing Harriet Tubman? Because the bitch, and I call her bitch, said things about us on social media, and she's trying to play Harriet Tubman. Oh, the hell fucking no. Now, she didn't say that, then I'll be defending her, okay? Really had to go there. Okay, and I have dealt with job and mistreatment even in church, even in mass. Not just white priests, but Nigerian black ones, okay? Not only the coconut trash and poetry trash and whatever, but banana coons too, them too, okay? A black, Asian, whatever, white, whatever, who mistreat me, which I cannot wait for Pope Francis to kick them out of ministry, especially here in Texas, in Houston. But the truth of the matter is, I dealt with those who mistreat me, especially when I told that Nigerian priest and St. Thomas More on Hillcroft. Yes, I'm glad I said that I was going to tell Pope Francis, oh, don't tell him. Yeah, over here talking to me crazy in the confessional. Don't you ever do that to me. So anyway, nah, I'm a snitch. I don't take disrespect. I ain't come looking to disrespect nobody. Don't disrespect me. So that's the reason why that I had to defend it, because to Radical Latino, who's Dominican and I think Peruvian, right? He's from New York, and I know when he see these stuff here in Texas, the coonery and the machismo, should I say? Yes, baby, it's here. Okay. I always want to live in New York City because I am a liberal. Okay, I am not a socially conservative person, and yeah, we'll be voting for a Republican person this year because a Democrat person did me dirt. A so-called brother. And I'm in a situation that messed up my livelihood due to this so-called brother that I voted for last year, waiting in line to go vote. And I didn't know he was in the ballot. So when I had to face some issues, this so-called brother, who by my skin tone, the white Irish man, his last name was Irish last name. I got Irish in the family tree besides African. I should have voted for the Irish brother. But anyway, he's Republican. I should have voted for him, but at least I know I'm dealing with someone who try to play the redneck Anglo, okay? Instead of some brother portraying who's going to be Democrat and not truly represent what we voted for, okay? But that's why I'm trying to do that. I don't do a Republican on that, okay? When I see some, and it's right. One of the American candidates here in Houston, a white man, referred to some of the minorities, both Africans, as garbage. And they were doing a survey on the phone with me like 2 weeks ago. And I said, well, I have to agree. You have some garbage on both communities. As an African American and Hispanic man, like I said, because I have Spanish Creole roots, yes, you have a particular those in head position. I won't say names. Do a case I want to talk about. If anyone knows who I'm talking about, you can eat it out. You know what case I'm talking about here in Houston, and two people were African and Hispanic, and I'm glad Harder Street exposed who they are. Okay, but the truth of the matter is that's what happened in amongst back in those days. Many people internalized their own oppression. Okay. And many African American people and Hispanic people, when they saw someone got killed, like Camila Torres or someone African American who was fighting, they got scared, so they started emulating what white racist people say about each other and themselves. Okay? So when I say coon and porcho, A lot of Latinos have came to my channel and said, "Why you use the term? It's a insulting word." Because in Mexico, they refer Mexican Americans that. Now I'm not referring all Mexican Americans or either other Latinos. It's the ones who portray white supremacy. If anyone know their history, that the reason why that word was made, the Hanos that was on Sam Houston's side portrayed Mexico. The Alamo was about slavery. I'm gonna keep bringing this up. That's why I keep tired of people ignoring this subject. Every time you hear African person, say Latino, like the one that was fireburning people in LA, and I had to go on social media and tell these coons, you know different than that dude, the Latino dude that was fireburning people. Y'all know different. You're both in the same pot. Um, Mexico did open its door. When Texas was stolen, the black Seminoles and other people of African descent who was mixed and pure was taken in by who was this person? Was taken in by okay, making sure I know who this person is looking at me strange. Was taken in by somebody taken in sorry. Was taken away from Mexico, Texas, their house, okay? Mexican Texas, their house, okay? Was taken in by from Mexico from Republic of Texas and then later on became part of the Confederacy because Republic was a slave state. That's why Texas is very racist because it had a historical like couple years before it became part of the Confederacy. Indoctrination, okay? So you have we have people becoming coons in Portugal at the time. Yeah, Coconut is, okay, oppressive. Because the Tejanos was on Sam Houston's side, okay? I like Tejano music, but what the Tejanos did was a bitch ass, Carter is, coonery. Sam Houston was a slave master, okay? The Anglos came in, and this was what they did, the manifest destiny. So anytime Trump talks about immigration and open, sit down, his best, excuse me, when the Anglos came here to Texas and going to the Southwest and staying in California, they came here to put slavery in the Southwest to expand their business. They're sick, nasty, racist business. And as a person with mixed with Anglos, remember African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, and saying even my four grandma was one of the Anglos who came from Alabama. Okay, remember she's from Alabama, Georgia, Virginia. She English, Irish descent. She was one of them Anglos before she met my fourth grandfather who passed for white on the other side of the family. Okay, that's my third grandfather's family. Third grandfather married to my black Spanish Creole grandmother. Her dad's last name was Real. Okay, even though my mom's genetics. Okay, just to remind people before they start to harass me on the channel. So point is, the Anglos were coming here for slavery to get rid of and bring their Protestant evangelical. That's why I'm not a Protestant. No offense to anybody, I am not a fan of Protestantism. Attack the anti-Catholic ideology and to bring their white supremacy here in Texas. And there was Mexico even had African American people blocking the Anglos coming in. Yep, to be honest with you. So when they stole this state and were process of stealing, Santa Anna was friends of Vicente Guerrero, who was part black, Spanish, and American, who was Afro mestizo, the second president of Mexico, right? Okay. And actually this 15th of this month will be 190 years of Mexico banning slavery. Shout out to Vicente Guerrero. Que viva Vicente Guerrero, okay? Hello. So, point is, when he got killed in 1831 by the white Mexicans, the Criollos, the white, because Creoles in Mexico is usually a white Spaniard, okay? And folks gotta say the word Creole, when it came to the French and Spaniards came to here, they would call themselves natives. But when it became a mixed race category, especially in Louisiana, Belize, wherever, and that's what I mixed with in Louisiana Creole, when they started mixing with black people, okay? So when I say black, Spanish, French, Creole, I'm talking about us black mixed with Spanish and French from Louisiana. The Criollos in Mexico are the white Spaniards, okay, who were the second class in the caste system, who had better privilege than the mixed race people in the caste system, the mestizos, mulattoes, the zombos, whatever. So when they killed Vicente Guerrero, because he remember they was on. Remember, Santa Anna was a Criollo. It was a Criollo. It was a Criollo. He was a Spaniard too. He was a white Mexican too. Okay. I mean, I look at his picture. You don't look, but I guess some way they classify him at. He was here defending Vicente Guerrero's dream to stop slavery. He came here to get rid of the Anglo influence, the slave master influence here. The Hanos took their side, took the white people's side. And when I hear that, I'll tell people, African people, not all Mexicans hate you. It's usually the Americanized ones. Just like you have Americanized coons. Okay, you have people who slave, the same thing, whitewashed. Okay, you have banana coons, you have slave coons, whatever. Okay, if any minority, black, Asian, whatever, any minority group. Okay, they brainwashed. Okay, by their oppressor, and that's what happened. Yeah, you had African people who was on the same side, two mulattoes who had black mamas, slave mamas, and white massa daddies. Okay, I read in the Black Texan book when I was in El Paso. I got forget their names. And they were married to white women. Finally, they were married to white women in the Republic of Texas. No joke. So what happened is when they the slave master when they portrayed Mexico, Mexicans looked at them as sellouts, and they called them porchos. And because they portrayed their country for white racist clout. And I'm sorry, it does fit those who buy into this narrative. Now, I'm not saying every Hispanic American is born here. No, you dumb fool. I'm talking about the mentality, just like the word coon. Coon is a offensive term, but why you call African people coon? Because people who purposely, in the African community, who portray white supremacy, who actually defend it, they're coons. Well, you say, you gonna vote for Republican? No, bitch. No, I'm voting a coon out of the Democratic Party. That's how I get down. No, I'm not voting for total Republican. A coon, so-called brother, messed my livelihood up. And I'm not going to say no names because it's part of a legal system that I accidentally voted for last year, okay? And they fucked my livelihood up, and I'm about to go ahead and fuck that up if they are running again. Or campaign for their opponent if they run it again. Yes, if they went to that. Except I don't like to go big, but don't let me play the male version of Mrs. Barrett and Lean on Me. Now she was a bitch and she was a coon herself, but this is someone I was trying to reason with and fight my livelihood. And that person that backstabbed me and smiled in my face, and that's what because they don't. And so when I hear that white man who's running for mayor, no, I'm not voting for him. When he said garbage, no, you have minority trash who are garbage who want to be Democrat for votes. But as soon as they get their asses in the doggone seat, they not all that Democratic, okay? So, you get my point, they just didn't to get clout for votes, but they become the coon, the coconut coon or the slave coon, house or field, dark light, whatever, or the banana coon to the white oppressor. They started defending the laws, the unjust laws, and they so stupid that even though the laws are written here in Texas, the judges, especially the white racist ones, pick and choose how they interpret the law. And usually, if that was all just, then all these white criminals, okay, especially the ones who got money, will be locked up in regular population. Okay? Mine was civil. It wasn't criminal. Okay? This is just my life was civil. Okay? Point is, but no, they'll try with a loud Texas. Anytime you hear a banana coon, a slave coon, a coconut coon, or some stupid person of color, even Arabian, to say that they know politics, they know that Texas law don't always clarify its truth, meaning that not every judge or lawyer follow it. Many times I mention official oppression. When Amber Geiger killed that brother down in Dallas, you had that old Aunt Jemima coon, what's her name? Can't stand that old heifer down there in Dallas. She just as worse as Acevedo here in Houston. I had to go there. Hall, Renee Hall, whatever her name is. I can't find her. Yeah, her. She did not use the Penal Code 39.03, where it said that what Amber Geiger did was a felony. That is official oppression. They tried to avoid what happened. Harder Street here in Houston was official oppression. A lot of cops get away with official oppression. And then you tried to really try to talk about like what happened to Sandra Bland, where Brian that coconut coon, what he did, Porcho, okay, what he did was was official oppression. So when they try to skip over the law, why are they talking about the law when it fits their narrative, but when it fits for your narrative, they try to overlook it? And that's what the coon dude did to me. That I actually voted for last year. That I would never vote for. He is not my damn brother. So anybody get offended? You say I trash talk all type of minorities with that mentality. I don't care what your clarification is. Either we're gonna fight white supremacy together, or you stay on your end for it, and I stay on the opposite of it. That's how I do it. Okay. But for real, and before I go, that's why we have this problem. In Texas, a lot of minorities buy into the coonery here, and they're scared. They don't want to be like Camila Torres, okay? They don't want to end up like her. Anybody who did fight the system and hurt, and that's a intimidation tactic. But in 2020, we gotta be brave and strong. And it will happen in the concentration camp down there in El Paso. Minorities gotta be. I mean, in Black Lives Matter, you can't sit here and play your grandma and grandpa coonery, abuelita and Mimi and Pappy scared back in Jim Crow days mentality. Okay, mama and papa, okay, so speaking Spanish, or abuelita, tío taco mentality. Okay, if you want this to go away, you have to have the balls and ovaries to go against it. You can't sit here and be complacent of it. And if you have fear, at least pray about the fear. Don't sit here and be a bitch, okay? A scared little punk to it. All of us have fear as human, but we gotta persevere and pray about it. I ain't cursing and talk about prayer at the same time, but it's stupid. So that's all I gotta say. But that was a good video. And that's exactly what I was learning when I was in February 2006. This is just February 2006, okay? That's why I was in El Paso. Not 16. I get the numbers mixed up sometimes. But it's funny, 10 years later on, I found out, the parish and everything. Anyway, bye-bye. Have a nice day.